Hey, this is JD Frost. Welcome to the Daily Ledger podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Well, I think that the daily ledger in and of itself is literally a practice of discipline. So what most business owners and entrepreneurs and just people in general is that they just lack discipline. I lack discipline sometimes. And so the daily ledger is going to be your practice of discipline each day. So, I mean, something that's really practical that I just started even just recently is what I'm calling the Daily 5. And those are beating the sun up, doing my devotional, working out, training on some type of platform, or reading 10 pages in a book, and then also writing in the daily ledger. So, some tips on how to create a daily ledger, I would start with those 5 things right there. Those 5 behaviors for most people are going to help them reach their goals more than anything, because you got to be healthy in order to reach your goals. So working out helps. You got to learn skills in order to reach your goals. You're going to be training. You got to have intention in your day to reach your goals. You're going to be doing the daily ledger. Beating the sun up. Most people, I don't even know what the percentage is, but most people don't get up before the sun rises. Like, you want to be in the 1%, get up before the sun rises. Just literally do that every day to begin your day. You'll be ahead of the game. Even if you just get up and just drink some coffee, whatever it is, that is a really good behavior. So those daily 5, that's a very, very good place to start. Now, as far as an exercise in order to figure out what your daily ledger will be, we've talked about this in previous parts of the book, breaking down your daily habits into asset or liabilities. How do you determine if it's an asset or liability? You got to filter it through your goals. So you got to figure out your goals first. You got to know where you want to go, which is the hardest question to answer. What do you want? You got to know what that is. Once you figure that out, then you can break down your day of what you're doing now to determine whether or not those activities or behaviors are going to relate to your goals. If something doesn't relate to your goal, you got to stop doing it. It's not on your list. It's not a part of your daily ledger. So essentially, the daily ledger is 2 different parts. It's this book that I have that I write down exactly what I'm grateful for every day. It is what my goal for the day is. It is my target list for the day. It's what would make today great. It's in this journal called the Self Journal. And then we write down our goals twice a day. That's the daily ledger. The other part of the daily ledger is what your behaviors are each and every day that you know are going to help you reach your goals. So sometimes it could be that you don't feel like writing your goals down. You don't feel like getting up before the sun does. I get it. Most people don't. But doing these is going to help you exercise your discipline muscle. That's the whole point of the daily ledger. Making the decision to do the things that you don't want to do, which typically we put as second or third or fourth or maybe even 10th on our list every day, flipping that list around. The daily ledger can definitely be taught, but naturally most human beings are not disciplined creatures. We want to have the result without the work. And that's what I see with a lot of people in the workforce nowadays. I want to get that salary. I want to make that amount of money. I want to get that house. I want to get here. I want to get there. They're not doing the work that's required for that. So I think it is something that can be taught. It's not something that you're going to pick up on very quickly because it's discipline. Discipline is hard to master, and it requires daily attention, almost hourly attention. I mean, how many times during the day do you think, I really don't want to do that? Like, I'll give you an example for me. Might not be relevant. Flossing my teeth. I hate flossing my teeth. I think about it every single time I brush my teeth. but I don't actually do it. Why don't I do it? Why not? Like, it's good for me. It's going to help. All kinds of benefits, very little downside. I just choose not to do it. So I think that we have to believe that it can be taught. It's not something that comes naturally to us at all. The reason that it's easier for me than maybe for you is because I'm convicted by it. I've been doing it for a long period of time, and I know that it works. I've felt the experience myself. So the way for you to feel that experience is for you to start doing it, which is the hardest part.
I really appreciate you listening to the Daily Ledger podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you have a great day.